Good day guys, my name is Ademola Badmos and welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, please do not forget to like and subscribe. And if you find this video useful, please also recommend to your friends. And importantly, you should watch, I recommend that you watch the video series on Java and Selenium before you jump on the Java, Selenium and Cucumber series. So it will be easier for you to follow through, as I have discussed some important concepts like the web driver manager, the web driver installation and setup on the Windows and the Mac system, and also the Java setup on the Windows and the Mac system. So the next thing I would want to talk about is this. I would want us to create and implement the step definitions that we've discussed in the earlier video. So we are going to split this particular process into maybe 3 or 4 videos at the maximum, so that it will be easy to follow through. So the first thing that we are going to do today, let's emphasize on it, is the first thing we are going to do is we are going to create test scenarios around standard users, around all these 4 users. So what that means is we have to test manually and understand what we are doing first. So for everybody that wants to automate, you cannot eliminate the manual process in everything that you want to do. You have to first test manually, understand what you're doing manually before you automate it. So if we get in as a standard user, everything works fine, right? So if you get in as a performance glitch user, what happens? There is a lag, slow but still works. So it means the test case that we've written before has we need to adjust it. Then if we try for problem user, now problem user has distorted page because all the images are the same, and which is really wrong. So we'll go into our step definition, our feature file, and make a change. So let's start from there. But the point is, we need to first test all 4 users, understand the behavior before you begin to automate, which we have successfully done. So now we realize that the problem user step was what we created in our test case. So what we need to do is we will go here and change this to problem user, and also here to problem user. As you can see, the step is highlighted back, which means the step has not been defined or it has not been implemented. But we've already done the similar step, but it was for a glitch user. So do we now create a new step? Because we can easily come here and say create the step definition, or what do? We do not need to create a new step. We just need to go into our code and change glitch user to problem user, and our problem is solved. So we have all our steps back. So now the next thing that we are going to do is to create our page object style like we promised. So as you know, we would create a package just like I've explained in the Java and Selenium video. So I once again recommend that people should watch that first. So now let's call our package maybe a page runner, since it does something like that. So inside it, we are going to create a class where everything would work. So we create a class, and let's call that, since it's login we are talking about, so it's login step, let's say login page steps, right? Let's use this. Yeah, that should work. Login page steps. So one thing I want us to use here is I also want us to use an interface file, and this is why I want us to use an interface file. Let's call the interface file selectors. The reason I want us to use an interface file is we have somewhere neat to keep all our element locators and whatever we still need in our code. So we will keep that in the elements. We'll keep that in the interface file. So all these elements that will collect over time, the username field that would look for, the password field, the login button, and at least for now we could get the username field, the password field, the login button, then all the usernames and the password, as well as the URL itself. We can keep everything like that in the interface file. So if you want to do that, all you just need to do is just inspect, right click on the page and click on inspect. But if you're on a Mac system, you can hold the Command, Option and I button and you will still get the same result. I do not know how it is done on Windows because I don't really use a Windows system that much, but that way you can get it. Then you click your selector here and go to the particular field you want, then you get what you need. We'll be using the data test attribute, so which means we'll be using a CSS selector representation. So we'll copy the username, we will copy the password, the data test attribute too, and we'll copy the login button, the data test attribute as well. So, and we'll also copy the username and password and everything. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we would see how that is done. But one thing that is worthy of mentioning is while we are going to do this, we are going to put all of them as a string data type. Okay, so that way they are seen with a particular, because in Java you cannot just create anything without having a particular value of data type. So it is best to store them in a string data type, because string is actually a very powerful data type in every programming language. It allows you to do a lot of manipulations, and it allows you to just quickly store things, especially things that you do not know what form they should actually be. So it is safer to store it as a string. More often than not, string can be typecasted in some when needed. So even if you have a JSON object, you could keep it as a string or something like that. So you could do that. So that's what we are going to do. So let's quickly get that done. Let's get that done quickly. I think I have it written somewhere because I don't want the video to take long. Have I copied it? Because I can't find where I put it. Oh god. Okay, yeah, I think I have it. Yeah, so this is it. I have copied everything before, so we have all this done, and I think we still have more time. Let's try something else. So in this class now, we'll just quickly import our web drivers and all. Then in the next videos we'll be able to create all our methods. So let's just create our web driver. Web driver equals the new Chrome driver, because we already installed the Chrome and we already set it up. So that's what we've been using. And I'll also create a web driver wait. Why do I need a wait? Because it is a very good practice. In fact, it's one of the best practice to use explicit waits rather than use the traditional thread.sleep, which automatically adds more time to the time it will take you to run through a script. Let's say you put a thread.sleep of 10 seconds, it means a 10 seconds time has already been added to your script. So but the explicit wait allows you to be able to do that in an intuitive manner. So we are going to be waiting in an intuitive manner. So driver will wait for a duration of 10 seconds. Now this is what it means. If we are going to be waiting for a duration of 10 seconds, it means if the action we are waiting for happens within that 10 seconds, the driver would not wait the whole 10 seconds. Once the action happens, it moves on. So if the action happens like in a millionth of a second, the application just continues to work. So it makes it very fast, as opposed to the traditional thread.sleep where it would just wait out the whole 10 seconds before it moves on. So now that we have done this, in the next videos we'll begin to create our methods. But in the next video I want to introduce a concept called reusable methods. So thank you for getting this far. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.